Hi everyone, my name's Rink and I'm the STEM director for the Girl Scouts of the Desert Southwest. And today we're talking Earth. Well, we're talking Earth and magnets, as in magnets. The Earth is actually just one big magnet. How is that possible? Do you ever hear of the North Pole? Ever use a compass? Well, today we're going to learn how really all of this that we live on is just one big magnet. Okay, now this is a globe, which is a model of the Earth, and this one can spin. Kind of sounds like my knees when I try to get up off the ground. All right, and here's the United States. This is a pretty old globe because we still have the Soviet Union up here. Now, if you notice, the Earth does have a tilt to it, right? We have an axis that runs through the Earth, and the tilt is 23 degrees. So instead of being straight up and down, this would be 90, right? It has a little bit of a tilt, okay? This angle here is 90 degrees. This little bit of a tilt is 23 degrees. And this is what we call the North Pole. However, there's really two North Poles. There's the actual North Pole, that's part of the Earth, and then there's the magnetic North Pole. How does that happen? That's what we're going to learn about today. So here's a map of the North Pole. We can see that's the actual geographical part of the North Pole. The solid line and the dotted line are the magnetic north, and we can see how it's moved around. We're going to learn about what the inside of the Earth looks like, and that has a possible explanation as to why the magnetic north just keeps moving. To understand how the Earth works, we actually have to look inside of it. The Earth has many layers. One of the first layers is the Earth's crust. That's the portion that's on the outside of the Earth. You know, the thing we walk on, live on, plant flowers in. All that dirt, mountains, that sort of thing. The next layer under the crust is called the mantle. This layer is pretty thick, and boy is it hot. Think hot melted rock. It's like really thick chocolate pudding. It's where lava comes from. And the crust is sitting on top of that mantle. The next layer down is called the outer core. Now, core kind of sounds like a solid, but this is not. Basically, it's just a really thick layer of liquid iron, nickel, sulfur, and oxygen that can be up to 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is why you're not digging a tunnel to China through the center of the Earth. Trust me, I know. I've tried as a kid. The final part we come to is the inner core. This is the very center of the Earth. It's like a huge ball of iron and nickel, and it's more than 750 miles thick. All this iron in the inner core and the outer core, that's what makes Earth a magnet. Magnets also have what's called a magnetic field, and a field is what surrounds the magnet, and anything within that field is going to attract the magnet. So for example, I have my magnet, okay, and I'm going to feel where that is, and I'm going to put an X right there. And I'm going to slowly push my paper. Did you see that? Watch. I'm going to push it a little bit, and as soon as it gets within that magnetic field, it is attracted to that magnet. How cool is that? I'm going to put a tray on top here, and I have some iron oxide, and I'm going to get a little bit of the iron oxide, and I'm going to sprinkle it on here. And we can see I'm going to move this. Can you see the iron oxide moving with the magnet? Okay. Things with iron, ooh, look at it getting closer, are attracted to magnets. Which is one reason things like nickels and quarters won't be attracted to magnets because they're not made out of iron. Okay, so we can see the magnetic field you can see it just separates all out until I put it onto the magnet, and it all is on that magnet. Because of all that iron inside our planet and the spinning of the Earth as it moves through space, that creates a magnetic field around our Earth. So when we talked about our globe, we talked about it having a North Pole. Well, if the Earth is a magnet and has a North Pole, that means these magnets have a North Pole too. So I can put my magnet on my pencil and we can see that the magnets stick together. Now, if I turn one around, no matter how hard I push down or how long I hold that together, these magnets are never going to be attracted to each other, okay? That's because the inside of this magnet here is a North Pole and the inside of that magnet there is a North Pole. And if the same poles are facing each other, they repel. That means they push away from each other. However, if I have a North Pole and a South Pole facing each other, opposites attract and the magnets are going to stick. Now, there's no writing on these magnets to see if some magnets come with writing that say North Pole, South Pole. These I got at the hardware store. These don't have any writing on them. Okay, we're going to use a little bar magnet here and we're going to find out which side is the North Pole and which side is the South Pole. So here we have our compass, and we can see on our compass that we have a red point and a white point. And that red point always faces north. If you notice, no matter how I turn that compass around, the red arrow, the red pointer, is always facing north. So when we use our compass, we always line up the horse in the barn, which means we're putting the red pointer to the main arrow. And if we wanted to go north, we would be going in that direction. So I'm going to put an N here for north. Okay. And I'm able to verify this because on my phone I have a compass. And it is also showing it's pointing the same direction. So we know that that is north. All right. Now, how though do we tell what the North Pole? Ooh. So we can tell our compass is definitely working with our magnet. But how do we know which side is north and which side is south? Well, we know that north is in that direction. So I'm going to bring over my bucket of water here. Okay. And I'm going to put my magnet in it. And my magnet is going to spin to face the north. Look at that. And it takes a while to adjust it out because, you know, it's on water. So we will be able to tell which is the north and which is the south. So this side right here is the north side of my magnet. Okay, so the north side on this magnet is the one that has the little hole. Let's try putting it on the other side. We're going to face that north. And there it goes, spinning around to face north. Awesome. Now, you don't have to have a compass in order to make a compass. All you need is a magnet. Remember, got to figure out which side is north, and this is the same one we tested, so I know that little dot there, that's north on this magnet. Need something that's attracted to the magnet. In this case, I got a paper clip, and we can see it is definitely attracted to the magnet. And some water to float. And we're going to use a little bottle cap here that we're going to rest our paper clip on, so that way it's free spinning. Now for our paper clip, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. Okay, I'm going to leave that hook on there on the end, and that's the end I'm going to hold. Okay, I'm going to take my magnet and I'm going to stroke it one way with the north side of my magnet 50 times. Don't go back and forth. One direction from your fingers outward 50 times. Have you guys been counting? I'll see you on the flip side of the 50. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right, so I'm going to move my screen here so you guys can see. So I got my bottle cap floating. Now remember, we said that this end is going to be north. We held our fingers over that end, and we went from our fingers out with north. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to see. Whoa! Pointing north. Excellent. Okay, just to test that, I'll put a bigger piece in here. Okay, we have our magnet. We know that that circle there is north, so I'm going to put that facing my right side. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to balance it very carefully. There it is, pointing north. How awesome is that? We made a compass. So if all you have is a magnet and you can figure out which direction's north, you can make a compass with something small like a paper clip, a large like a metal embroidery needle will work. Excellent. Now I have to admit, I did try using a half a marshmallow instead of a bottle cap. It didn't work. The marshmallow was actually a little too heavy, so it didn't spin at all. All right. So there you go. You have learned that the Earth is a magnet, what magnets are about, North Pole and South Pole, how you can make a compass, how compasses work. How awesome is all of that? I would like to thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions, if you take a video, show me your compasses. I've seen some crazy things with like leaves and a puddle. Take a video of you making the compass, send it to me. All right, everybody take care, wash your hands, listen to your parents, and stay green. Bye-bye. Send your compass videos or questions to www.flipgrid.com. Flip code is Earth's Compass. Password is Girl Scouts. Do not need to create an account to post to Flipgrid, and best of all, it's free.